If you're struggling with debt, it can definitely feel like a hopeless situation with no way out. But luckily, if you reside in the UK, there are a number of government schemes and debt solutions that you can take advantage of. Depending on your financial situation, you may be able to get your debts written off by going through a formal insolvency solution. Formal debt solutions that involve a portion or all of your debt being written off include individual voluntary arrangements, IVAs, bankruptcy, and debt relief orders or DROs. With an IVA, you still have to make debt repayments. An IVA involves only a portion of your debt being written off. With bankruptcy and DRO, all of your debts are written off. So what is an individual voluntary arrangement or IVA? An IVA is a formal and legally binding agreement between you and your creditors. It's a solution that can be utilised in England, Wales and Northern Ireland. When you opt for an IVA, you start making monthly payments towards your debt. You keep making these payments for a certain period of time, typically 5 years. At the end of this period, any remaining debt that you have is written off by your creditors. It's important to note that the amount you pay as part of your monthly payments is determined by how much you can afford to pay. This is what makes IVAs a viable debt solution for individuals struggling with debt. An IVA can only be set up through a licensed insolvency practitioner or IP. Your IP is the individual that helps you set up your IVA, and they're also the ones who manage it from start to finish. It's also the duty of your IP to ensure that you are treated fairly throughout the course of your IVA. One reason some people opt for an IVA is that it protects all of your valuable assets, like your home. Since it's legally binding for your creditors, they also cannot take further legal action against you while your IVA is in place. Bankruptcy is a way to write off most of your debt. However, if you have certain types of fines and student loans, then there's a chance that bankruptcy might not cover them. Thus, you'll still have to make payments towards those even if you've opted to go bankrupt. Before making a decision about going bankrupt, you must ensure that the types of debt you have are actually covered by it. Unlike an IVA, bankruptcy does not protect your assets. So if you've decided to go bankrupt, then your house and your car, as well as other valuable assets you have, will be seized and sold off in order to raise funds for your debt. However, the bankruptcy process is normally completed within a year. So for some people, it might be preferable. Bankruptcy can be the right choice for you if you don't have a lot of valuable assets to protect and you have no other realistic way of paying off your debt within a reasonable time. A debt relief order is a solution aimed at people with low income and few assets. It's a way to get your debts written off if your financial circumstances don't improve within a 12-month period. When you apply for a DRO, your financial circumstances will be assessed. If it's determined that you can't realistically pay back your debt within a reasonable time, then your DRO will be accepted and it will be put in place. Once your DRO is in place, the moratorium period begins. During this period, all of your debt repayments are frozen for 12 months. After this period, your circumstances will be reassessed. If it's concluded that you still can't realistically pay back your debt, then those debts will be written off. While DROs are definitely a useful solution, they have very strict eligibility criteria. You can only qualify for a DRO if your total debt amounts to no more than £30,000, your monthly surplus income amounts to no more than £75, your surplus income is the money that's left over once you've attended to all of your essential monthly costs, you've resided and or worked in England or Wales in the last 3 years, your assets total up in value to no more than £2,000, your car is worth £2,000 or less, that's unless you've had modifications for a disability. And so long as you haven't gone through a DRO in the last 6 years. In conclusion, if you're struggling with debt, don't lose hope. There are government-backed schemes and debt solutions that can help you write off your debt. Make sure to research your options and choose the one that's best for you. If you want to learn more about the solutions available, then we've created a really great form that you might be interested in checking out. Click the link in the description to get started and answer a few multiple choice questions, like the total amount of your debt, how many people you owe, your living situation, and we'll connect you with one of our trusted partners so you can find out more and start taking steps towards improving your financial situation.